morning, and we're back. And you know, Alan reminded me that I didn't tell you, I'm Nancy Kaysen with the Red Ribbon, and I guess I just assumed that since I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now that y'all knew who I was, but we will not assume that. But we're so glad to have our guest, our first guest with us today. This is Don Bindrim. Now, Don is with Tudor Music. That's his business, Tudor Music. But he's also our president and director of the Greater Cleveland Concert Bands with an S.
Right, community bands.
Community bands with an
S.
S.
The concert band is a part of.
A concert band is a part of. So I asked Don to come on today. I told you we're doing a musical theme. Oh. Yes, we're not actually going to play these for you because we did it a few minutes ago and it was pretty bad. Yeah, I know. Go ahead, Alan, if you'd like to.
Oh, no.
But
That's
no,
okay.
because I was going to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but I told Alan what key and he couldn't find it. So we're not going to do that. So anyway, Don, tell us about the bands.
Well, the Greater Cleveland Community Bands is made up of the concert band, which is the largest ensemble, which averages usually a performance time around 65 people or so. Then from that, an outgrowth of that is the stage band, and which is mostly like it's a style of a jazz band. We do a little bit of everything, as a matter of fact. A little bit more 40s jazz, 30s jazz, modern jazz.
Ooh, I love it.
A little bit of everything. And
now, how many pieces are in that?
That's 20.
Okay.
So we go 65, 20, and then out of that, we also have a smaller groups that go down to as small as like a trio or a quartet, and that's for more intimate kind of settings where we'll play at maybe like a luncheon or a wedding or something like that. As a matter of fact, Friday night we are performing at the gala.
And that's wonderful.
We're performing during the cocktail hour. So
what size group will be there?
We're doing 8 for that show.
Okay.
You going to be doing jazz for that?
Jazz for that. We'll be playing a lot of different stuff because it's a large different kind of audience. So we gotta make sure we keep everybody smiling.
That's true, and it's Cleve Vegas is the theme. So you'll need to put a little bit of show.
We're doing some Sinatra stuff without a Sinatra guy. So
there you go. That is great.
Right.
Now, tell them a little bit about the big band, the 65 people.
The concert band is made up of people. Well, in our organization, we have ages from 11 to 89.
Little saxophone player that's 11.
Yeah. And so we have a wide variety of people.
89.
89 years old.
Jack Mitchell, who, bless his heart, Jack, if you're watching this morning, take care of yourself and get that hand fixed. You can't drum with a broken hand.
No.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, so that's our age group, and then people worry about their performance level, which is we have a rule. We don't care if you know how to play one note at a time, as long as you play the one note you know on time. That's all we need. And,
that would be me. That's what I'm doing right now.
That's right. And so that's our rules. And so we're really open a lot. We're really grateful for the high school kids to participate with us. We've got Bradley participates with us. We picked up a student from Cleveland this past Monday. Walker Valley students participate with us. Then, of course, we got Lee University students who may not be music majors but still want to play.
Right.
They come and join us. We've got, of course, we partner with Cleveland State, and a lot of their students come and play with us as well. So this is just, it's a super opportunity for the community to have a real concert band, to have a real stage band, jazz band, basically a music department on wheels, I suppose you could say.
Right, and it's a lot of fun. R.G. Wolf, great article in the Banner yesterday. If y'all didn't see it, it's right here. I'm sure you can read this at a distance. But R.G. Wolf was the originator of this, our founder, or whatever you want to call him.
5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I think it said 2006. But anyway, R.G. came over to visit me at the Red Ribbon and asked me if I was interested in doing anything. And I've always done vocal. I've directed large vocal groups, but never. And I played the flute in high school, so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And everybody, Don, has been so nice. They know I can't do some of those little doo-doops, but still, y'all have been so nice. And they told me, circle the notes you know, pat your foot, and play your note.
Right, and then work on the rest of it.
And work on the rest of it. And I have been doing
together.
that. And my husband even commented last night. He said, you know, you are improving. And I said, yay, rah. And for him to say that, because normally he's saying, take that thing to the basement. But if people want to join us, what do they do?
Well, we meet Monday nights at Cleveland High School at 7 o'clock. And if you haven't been there to the band room, it's you just come in the driveway next to the wrestling building, past the football field on your right, hook it left, brings you around to the back of the building, and the band room is the doors that have the ramp going up to it. We're right in there. And we're so grateful for Jim Burton and his students and the gang over there at Cleveland High School for letting us use the facility, because as I told RG when he first came to talk to me about putting this thing together, if you don't have the cooperation of local band directors and local schools, it's going to be a real tough thing to put together.
Absolutely.
And they've just been super for us.
They have been, and we use some of their instruments.
We use their equipment. We don't have any drums or anything. Right. We use their gear. We use their stands. They're really gracious about letting us taking some of that stuff off campus and using it for our concerts. Our next concert is November 15th. Write
that down, but now we will talk about that when it gets closer to the date. November 15th, and it's our Christmas type concert.
Yeah, we try to each of our concerts is a thematic concert. We try to conceptualize those so that we're fitting in with the date and the times that we're giving the concert. We were able to secure a booking at First Baptist in their new facility over there.
Wonderful facility.
And it just so happens November 15th is between the Christmas holidays and Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
So we put the two together, and we're calling it Home for Christmas, a Veteran Story.
And it's really going to be nice, folks. And I've heard some of the dialogue. Don doesn't tell us everything. But it's going to be a little bit emotional, I think. I will have my box of Kleenex at my feet while I'm flouting, because I think it's going to be a little bit emotional, but I think it's going to be a very touching program.
Yeah.
And the music's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. We go through and we try to find all the music that'll fit in with the theme to help us tell the story. We do more of a, rather than just being a concert band that sits there like you remember in school, we try to get the audience involved with us, either emotionally or in some way to connect with the band and what we're trying to say, and we tell a story on stage, which makes it very different from what you may be used to attending at your schools or even at Lee University. I mean, we realize we're not Lee University caliber musicians, we're not the Knoxville Symphony, we're not the Chattanooga Symphony. We are people who want to share our talents with our neighbors. And this is one of the ways we do it, so we tell stories.
And it's so much fun. There's a little bit of socialization to it. I don't know anywhere near everybody yet. But each week I meet somebody new.
Right.
And new people come in every week. And the one thing I love about it, and I used to do this with my choral groups, I would make CDs. Y'all didn't hear that. I would make CDs and give them to my singers and say, practice. Well, Dawn, they do CDs for us of all the music, and we could, for a little nominal fee of $1, we purchase these, and then I could go home and practice all this great music and see if I could get those little droops in there.
Yeah, because of the demands of this particular performance, we are combining the stage band with the Cleveland State Vocal Rhapsody group with the concert band all on one stage, all telling one story. Because of that, we've got a lot of music we've got to go through. So we want to make sure that everybody is feeling comfortable with the program so that when we add the dialogue to it, it just all seems second nature.
Don, if I could ask a question.
I'm so sorry, Don and I just had a big time.
Well, I'm loving the conversation too. The last time I was in a band was high school, and we had so many flautists, whatever you want to call them.
I'd rather be a flutist
and
than
the clarinet section and the trombones and everything. Do you have maybe we've got some folks out there that say, I played trombone, but I bet they've got 4 or 5 trombonists or something like that.
We need more trombones.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is there a certain section that you would love to see people come out?
Any section they want, really.
Okay.
Percussion would be helpful. We also need a low brass. A lot of what we call background instruments. Your low brass, your baritones, trombones, tubas, those background instruments there. We've got a pretty good full sax section.
We do have a good sax section.
We've got we could use some more clarinets, a couple more flutes. But we work with the balance that we have so that everybody works together. Again, remember high school, we all challenged for seating and we got to fit
last
first
chair flute. I've already declared I am last chair flute.
It doesn't matter what chair you're sitting in our group. We don't even have section leaders. We have section managers. And it's those people who help you get your music together, check attendance, and make sure that everybody's on board and answers any questions that you have. If you have any questions, you can always come to me, the director, or any one of the guys that help me out. We've got a great board this year.
And if anyone is interested in coming Monday night, it's still time to jump in.
Oh, yeah.
Still
yeah.
time to jump in. If you're interested in coming Monday night, and you need to come, Alan,
Yes.
because you play trumpet, then get there by about 6:30 so you can sign in and get your
Warmed
music
up and
and
tuned
get
up.
warmed up and tuned up. I try to get there by 6:30 just about every week so that I could go ahead and get tuned up and chit chat and have a little fun, you know, socialize a little bit. But it's really a great opportunity. And folks, I had just played my flute occasionally, sitting at the piano, you know, just occasionally, like during Christmas or something, for so many years. But it's high school. Played in a little bit pep band in college, but you know, and so I'm really enjoying doing this.
Well, and we were talking earlier. I just pulled my trumpet out. It was behind the electric typewriter. It tells you, but
The electric typewriter.
Yeah, as I was pulling out stuff, I had this from. I went to McMinn Central High School, and it's Night of Chargers,
Chargers.
April 9th, 1976. So you can tell it's been a long time. But when I picked up the trumpet, I remembered part of the scale. Now, I can't remember. I think I started with C. What was it? C, D,
Yeah, that
A,
was
B,
right.
C, or something like that.
C, D, E, F, G.
It's the alphabet.
But there's no...
It's alphabet, yes.
Right. But when it gets to sharps and flats, I'm... So... But it seems to come back to you.
It'll
It's
come
kind of
back.
like a
It does.
bicycle. You
It
don't
does.
forget it, but you need to probably, you know, pull the trumpet out, pull the flute out, play a few notes, and say, you know, I remember that, and you'll remember how much you enjoyed it too.
Right.
So I think that's
And like
something.
I said, it's all about fun. We want to make sure everybody has a good time every rehearsal and then every concert, and that in particular the audience has to have a good time. We're sharing our talents. We're just your neighbors. We want to have a good time with you. We want to invite you and show you what we can do
Right.
in all of our performances.
And invite you all to come join us if you still have your instrument and can play just a little bit.
Right.
Because this is really challenging for me, and I am really enjoying the challenge.
We've even gotten the high school and the junior high band directors involved with us at
Yes.
concert time. Ricky Donegan from Lake Forest comes by. We had Alan Hunt from Walker Valley came and played trombone with us. You know, I mean, everybody gets involved in this.
We need to get Mr. Coggin up at Walker Valley to come play. We need to get Danny to come play.
Come and play drums with us once or twice.
I think he can. He's played a few instruments, I believe.
And so what we want to do is invite you all, and if you have any questions, Don is at Tudor's Music right there on Inman Street.
Right across from Central Park Hamburger, who sponsors our Burgers and Blues that we do once a month.
Right.
First Friday.
And and they have music. That's Burgers and Blues. The blues is the music, and the burgers is Central Park. So
In
that's
Central
great.
Park, yeah.
So that is great, and I have not been to that yet, but I understand it's a great time.
Oh yeah.
A lot of fun.
We've kind of outgrown the store, so we're looking for a home for it.
Oh my goodness. See, that's wonderful. So if you have any questions about the band, or if you just want to go by and talk to Don and say, I need to stop at Tudor's, and
Please
he's there. Now after school hours, don't stop his teaching, but go from
Well, no, we can
10
do, I'm there from 10 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Saturdays I cut out a little bit early, about 3 o'clock, because I do have some students that I teach privately. But anytime, we're in the phone book.
give him a call.
472-TOOT. That's our phone number.
472
TOOT.
Toot.
8668.
There you go, 472
That's our number there.
Great. So think
Take a
about
look
coming
at it.
and join us Monday night. We'd love to have you. And Don, I'm going to give you this copy
Oh,
of,
great.
of
Thank
that
you.
article. It was a great article in the banner, and we do appreciate it. Folks, we're going to take a real quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with another musical guest.
Yep,
Only
thanks
we
for
hope
having
he's
me.
not going to sing or anything for us, but he's going to talk to us about it. So don't go away.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Pastor Greg Casta with United Christian Church here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Do I have some exciting news for you? On September the 25th, right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, the mighty Kingsman Quartet from Asheville, North Carolina is going to be here in concert. That's on Sunday night at 6 o'clock, September the 25th, right here at 2200 Peerless Road here in Cleveland, Tennessee. I want you to be here and be a part of this great concert.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Do you want to own your own business? Have you dreamed of being your own boss? If so, you do not want to miss the Be Your Own Boss Expo coming to Bradley Square Mall in Cleveland, Tennessee on Saturday, September 17th. If you're interested in owning your own business or working from home, be sure you come out to this free Be Your Own Boss Expo. If you currently own a small business and want networking opportunities and want to display your products or services, there are still tables available. For more information or to reserve your table, visit byobexpo.net or call 865-368-1095.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Thank you. And we are back with our next guest, Marion Cook.
Thank you.
And Marion is here with the Cleveland Bradley Concert Association. See, I told you we're going to be musical.
Music.
So Marion is going to tell us all about what's happening with the Concert Association. It kicks off September 27th.
That's correct. We start with American Spirit. I think everyone was reminded last weekend that this is the 10th anniversary of the tragic events of September 11th, 2001. And American Spirit is a tribute to what makes America great.
Right.
This is a production of Matt Davenport. We've had several of his productions before, all played to rave reviews. This is a 90-minute high-energy presentation and program. It takes you through what does make America great. It takes you from the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution. It's all about preservation jazz, or jazz time of many years ago. Mm-hmm. It's Civil War spirituals. It's all about politics and entertainment, and it's about the battlefields and the ball fields. And the promo says it is seen through the eyes of the slightly befuddled mayor of your hometown, USA, which we probably won't go there this morning.
No reflection on you, Mayor Tom. No.
But anyway, based on the previous ones we've had, I'm sure the mayor is the narrator, and he takes us through this. And as I said, we've had about, I think this is the 6th program of Matt Davenport Productions that we've had. And if you've been to Pigeon Forge and have seen Country Tonight, that's a Matt Davenport production. So you know they're always done very, very well. Choreography is tremendous. Music, the singing is tremendous. There are 10 singers and dancers in this particular performance, and we're really looking forward to that. We also have the opportunity to, well, I'll say this too. The only complaint I've ever had about Matt Davenport production was one guy who's a coach in our community said, "I love that show, but I'm tired."
That's right. And we are worn out when their shows are over.
Because
really.
They are so energetic.
They are high energy. They really are.
You can just tell they enjoy what they're doing. Now, they have asked us to have some local talent, and they've asked us to get a young teenager to sing the national anthem with them. And we've been able to get a young lady named Annalise King, who's a freshman, 14 years old at Walker Valley High School. So she'll be singing the national anthem as a part of this.
And we're excited about that.
And so we're always glad to involve some local people.
Right. And we may have others. We're just not sure yet. We're still working on that.
And the second concert that we have this season is on November the 17th, and it is the American Tenors. This is a group that's only been together since 2002, but they've been really thrilling audiences all across the country as they have performed. And of course you would expect this group to sing some classical music, and they do sing some classical music that all of us know regardless of your taste in music.
Right.
They sing songs from West Side Story. They sing songs from the Great American Songbook. And one of the gentlemen has a little bit of a local situation. He's a graduate of the University of Tennessee with a master's in vocal performing. His name is McConaughey. And the big guy in the group, Nathan Granner, reminds you of another famous tenor. And he is a big guy, and his voice is just as big, and he'll about raise the roof off that concert when he sings. And then the third member of the group has only been with the group very recently, but already he's received a lot of awards. And so we're looking forward to having this group. As someone said to me one time, if their music doesn't turn you on, your knob's broken.
There you go.
And they are a very entertaining group. And another interesting thing, I also saw the Canadian tenors perform one time. And some people saw the Canadian tenors perform on Oprah. And after they performed on Oprah, they had so many bookings that they couldn't fill them all, so they got the American tenors to fill in for them. And I happened to see a lady actually from Kansas who had seen them both perform, and she said she enjoyed the American tenors more. So we're really looking forward to having them. And then next spring, actually in the winter, January the 12th, well, Nancy, you've been pretty busy lately. Do you ever feel like your eggs are all in one basket and there's 6 balls in the air and you've got 7,000 emails to answer?
I can't get mine all in one basket, but yeah, that's right.
Well, welcome the water coolers.
Yes. This is totally different, folks. This is a group that I suggested, so if it's a bomb, it's my fault. And if you love it, it's my fault. So I think they're going to be very exciting. They're totally different from what you normally expect us to have.
Yeah, from anything that we've ever had in the past. And we book our concerts, and we may talk about this a little bit later, with a group called Live on Stage over in Nashville. And the water coolers was their #1 booking for this season. So I think everyone wants to get out of the mundane life and get into something that's a little bit funny, evidently. And what this group does, they take things that happen every day in your life, and they write these lyrics to it, real catchy lyrics, and they're to familiar songs, familiar tunes, and they sing them and perform. And it's very, very funny. And the one I saw them do over in Nashville last year was something that I think we all can relate to, particularly if you've ever worked in an office. You know, everybody that works in the office brings in things that their kids are selling at school or church or for their ball team or something like that.
Candy bars.
And try to sell it. And so by the way, there's 2 gals and 3 guys in this group with piano accompaniment. And so each one of the 5 brings in something their kid's selling, and they go through their sales pitch and all that. And then at the end, one of the guys said, "Why do we have to sell this trash? Why don't they just take cash?"
There you go.
So I think people will enjoy this. It is something a little bit different, and it's, like you say, we're going to be interested to see. In fact, really, our whole series this year is a little bit is very much variety, and I think
there's a lot of variety in it.
Something for everyone here. And the final concert next spring will be Chinese acrobats. That's almost self-explanatory, but this is a group of about 15 people. And of course, as you know, they can get in some of the awfulest contortions of their body that I've ever seen. But they also not only do that, but they have a lot of costumes. It's a very beautiful performance. and it's something that the Chinese have honed over many, many years. And it's a tradition that's carried on. And I think we had this 3 or 4 years ago, and people really loved them. And this is something that everyone's going to like, but particularly the kids.
The children loved it, yes.
And it's an opportunity for you to involve your young people in this type of performance. Now, in order to participate in all these activities, you of course need a season membership.
Right.
And that's only $50 for an adult. That gets you into all 4 shows. You can hardly beat that price. You can barely go to the movie for that now.
Absolutely,
and
that's
so,
the truth.
And then if for a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children, it's $110. So it's really a bargain.
It is a bargain. And I have tickets at the Red Ribbon, and you can come by there. But on the 27th, which is Tuesday night, week and a half from now.
Yeah, about 10 days now.
You can come in. The concert starts at 7. We suggest they get there by about 6:15 if you want to buy your tickets, and you can buy tickets then for the entire season. And it's really a deal, folks. It really, really is.
And we do just accept cash and checks, no
Right.
credit cards.
Yes.
So come prepared that way to
Glad
buy
you
your
said
ticket.
that, because we
And-
don't have credit card machine. Right.
Now, can you buy individual?
No, we don't sell individual
it's
tickets
open.
because
Okay.
you know, we have to. Well, in fact, we're meeting this afternoon to pick the concerts for 2012 and
Wow.
2013.
That's right. And
So we
hadn't
have
even
to
started
pay.
this year
We
yet.
have
Sure.
to pay in advance, so we have to sell our tickets in advance to
Right.
know how much money we're going to have. And I need to mention that Nancy is the president of our Cleveland Bradley Concert Association and does a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. And Marion is in charge of publicity. Can you tell from the little speech he's done here? He's done this before. But these acts, these performances that Marion has talked about, that's roughly $40,000 worth of entertainment, folks. So that's the reason we have to sell season tickets.
Sure.
We have to be able to pay this bill. And so we hope that everyone will be with us on Monday or Tuesday night, the 27th, at the Con Center at 7 o'clock to participate in this.
That's right. And we might, if we got a few minutes here, we might talk a little bit about the history and how we select our concerts. But it really goes back. Community concerts goes back to the 1930s, when in the Depression, and people couldn't go to their cities, to major cities, to see entertainers. So the entertainers went out into the smaller communities, and that stuck, and it's carried on for all these years. And even here in Cleveland, it's been over 50 years that we've
Right.
had community concerts. And of course, we used to, before you and I got involved, most of the bookings were made through an agency in New York City, and most of the concerts were yeah, classical. But of course, Lee University now has a series of classical performances. So we've tried to, in the last 8 years or so, go in another direction, and that's why we have this different type of concert, but something that the community is really enjoying. And we book these through an organization, as I mentioned a while ago, called Live on Stage in Nashville. And each year they have an artist showcase at the last week in July, and go into, and we are able to go over there and take a look at 35 to 40 artists, and not only see them perform, but see how the audience reacts to them, because there's about 500 people there in a real nice venue on the campus of Vanderbilt University.
And that has been great. Marion, we're going to have to go to a commercial break because I just saw our next guest wandering around in the studio. But Marion, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Call me at the Red Ribbon, 473-1114, if you're interested in tickets, or see us at the Con Center on Tuesday night, the 27th, and buy your season ticket and enjoy that night's performance. We're going to take a real quick commercial break and come back with Byron Winters of Landmark Insurance and Brokerage. So don't go away.
Hello, I'm Pastor Greg Casta with United Christian Church here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Do I have some exciting news for you? On September the 25th, right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, the mighty Kingsman Quartet from Asheville, North Carolina is going to be here in concert. That's on Sunday night at 6 o'clock, September the 25th, right here at 2200 Peerless Road here in Cleveland, Tennessee. I want you to be here and be a part of this great concert.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Do you want to own your own business? Have you dreamed of being your own boss? If so, you do not want to miss the Be Your Own Boss Expo coming to Bradley Square Mall in Cleveland, Tennessee on Saturday, September 17th. If you're interested in owning your own business or working from home, be sure you come out to this free Be Your Own Boss Expo. If you currently own a small business and want networking opportunities and want to display your products or services, there are still tables available. For more information or to reserve your table, visit byobexpo.net or call 865-368-1095.
Back. Good morning. We have with us now Byron Winters, who is our regular Thursday guest because they are one of our sponsors, and you saw them this morning. That is Landmark Insurance and Brokerage. Located on Stewart Road across from the YMCA.
She practiced.
How'd I do?
She practiced
How'd I do?
that.
How'd I do?
That was fantastic.
All right. And so today, Byron always brings me a little note. I mean, before it was pages of it, but this time just a little brief note. Did I know that the state of Tennessee requires auto insurance? Yes, I knew that.
She knew
but
that.
does everyone?
I did.
All right.
But does everyone know that? That's the question.
I don't think everyone knows that because not everyone has auto insurance, Nancy.
And that is a shame. That is a total no-no to not have insurance.
Which leads right into the next step of why you should not overlook uninsured motorists.
Ooh.
The state of Tennessee does require liability insurance, not full coverage, but liability. So it doesn't require comprehensive or collision. So those two things protect your car. Liability protects the others that you might hit. And the state also does not require uninsured motorists. So if an uninsured motorist hits you, neither of you have protection, and then there's some problems. So,
Golly.
So don't overlook that.
You could have problems with your vehicles, and you could actually have medical situation problems, and
which will lead to legal situations. And
yes, and automobile insurance. We're not talking about millions of dollars here.
No. Auto insurance doesn't have to be expensive. Now, I think most folks that walk in and just want to abide by the law, you know, they use a key phrase and they'll say, "Well, I just want liability insurance." And so we can do that. Liability protects others from you or from, mistakes you might make. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to have comprehensive or collision, but it's a good idea, and it's not very expensive all the time. It really depends on the person and their driving record and age and whatnot. There's a lot of factors there. but it doesn't have to be expensive now.
And we've also talked before on the show, in case you all don't remember this, about the fact that if you have renter's insurance, you can write them a renter's insurance policy and their car insurance policy and kind of give them a little package deal right there.
Multi-policy discounts, and it's often cheaper than a standalone auto policy.
Right.
So 2 for 1, or 2 for, as we used to call
That's
it.
Right. And that is, and that's what you need to do, folks, because, you know, a lot of people, Byron, think insurance. Why should I make payments to you for insurance? Why don't I just put this in the bank, and if anything happens, first of all, they're not going to put it in the bank.
I was going to say the same thing. The people that say that won't put it in the bank.
Exactly. No, they're not going to put it in the bank. And God love all you bankers, you know, you're friends of mine, most of you. You're not going to get any, I mean, you might be getting 1 percentage point on what you put in the bank. And you have a major wreck, and there's $1 million worth of calamity here.
I had a client in Chattanooga, very good client, that inherited some duplexes, and they weren't insured. So I insured them, and about 2.5, 3 weeks later is when all those storms hit back in April. So you never know when calamity's going to hit. It's not always your fault. Now,
That's right.
That was a dwelling, that was a duplex, not
Right.
an auto, but an auto accident can happen. You know, you may not have had one. It's not always your fault. Someone's texting and driving. Someone swerves and runs you off the road.
Yes.
You know, if Alan here doesn't have insurance and he swerves and causes you to cause an accident and they can't find him, you're liable.
Liable.
And if you don't have your uninsured motorist or enough protection, then you can find yourself in trouble that wasn't at all your fault.
That's exactly right. And another thing we've talked about on here, which I've learned a lot about insurance, not that I could ever go in the business or anything, but you have insured, you have uninsured, and you have underinsured. So this is something that you need to be aware of. Do you actually have enough insurance?
Right. The state of Tennessee does require auto insurance, liability auto insurance, like we mentioned, but they don't require very high limits. The low-lying limits they require could still get you in trouble in the wrong situation. So make sure you have enough insurance, not just insurance.
If you don't have car insurance, you need to talk to Byron at Landmark. And if you do have insurance, you need to talk with your insurance agent and be sure that you have adequate insurance, that you're not underinsured. We found that out with the tornado. A lot of people thought they had really great homeowners coverage, and as we've talked about, they were underinsured.
I talked to a gentleman I've been with, I won't say the name of the carrier, I won't bash anyone on television here, but he thought he had enough insurance, and he thought he had the proper insurance. And I think if you look at the numbers, there's good reason to believe that. And the carrier was trying to settle for half of his loss. He had a $27,000 loss. They wanted to offer $10,000 or $11,000, and that's just not a good situation to be found in.
No, it's not.
And his policy didn't indicate that would happen. So sometimes they try to deny things. And
Byron, you mentioned a package. You know, you could have your homeowners and your automobile insurance through you guys. Can you package if you have more than one vehicle?
Certainly. There are some carriers, I don't think it's a bad thing, so I'll go ahead and say like State Farm that would have multiple auto policies. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but our auto policies are all together. They put all the cars together, so you get multi-car discounts. I think some other carriers that do separate policies might also offer multi-car discounts, but nonetheless, multi-car, so the more cars you have, the cheaper each one gets. And then, of course,
until you have a teenager driving.
And a home, sometimes you might have a secondary home or a cabin. There's some folks here that live in town that have a secondary home out on the river out in the Ecoe. And that also lowers some of the costs.
That's right. And it's just one of those things that you need to check, folks, and be sure that you have enough insurance and the right kinds of insurance. We were laughing about our musical instruments here. You know, sometimes you even insure things like that.
Certainly.
You have to list those on your policy. I'm going to do a quick little plug. Byron and I are both, and so is Wes, who happens to also be with Landmark. We're working the Chamber membership drive. So if anyone would like to join the Chamber, where it says sponsor on the little application, you could either put Byron's name or Nancy's name. we won't say Wes's name, but that way, you know, Byron and I would encourage you to join the chamber. Right now is a wonderful time to do it, and
it's a great thing to be a part of.
It is. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization in this community that, oh, well, we wouldn't be where we are with Fokker and everybody else. But Byron and I are both working that, so I just got a little plug in there, which has nothing to do with insurance.
So if you get a phone call from Byron or Nancy, answer the phone.
That's exactly right. Answer the phone. And I'm getting that little signal from Joe that says wave bye-bye. So Alan, thank you. Byron, thank you. I thank my guests that have been on today. And Alan's going to tap us away here as we go off the air.
Well, I'm watching for the fade to black because I'm trying to time it.
So that we can, yeah.
Do you insure hearing?
when Alan plays his trumpet.
We may lose it.
But
we don't
thank you, folks. Goodbye. And I will see you next week. We will have some more people from Nancy's new neighborhood on. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.